It is Wednesday, my dudes. Welcome back to another Market Pulse update. What's going on? My name is ATX Crypto, bringing you the update on May 1st. April is over. And damn, are things plunging. Things are going a little bit of a blood everywhere situation. So I hope, as always, everyone's having a fantastic day, boys and girls. It's been a wild freaking time over the last few weeks. Again, Bitcoin is now sitting at $58,415. There is crisis. Prices are plunging. Predictions were wrong. And we're diving into some PulseChain as well. So, as always, boys and girls, I hope y'all are all having a fantastic day. If not, get out and touch some grass. Enjoy what life has to offer. Okay. There's plenty of stuff going on everywhere. So at this point in time, it's more or less just a beautiful time to again celebrate. And if you have some of that dry powder available, potentially be scooping up that blood on the street. Go ahead and start cleaning them streets and make it more pleasant for everybody, including yourself. This is when, in fact, you should be making those purchases. I know it is opposite of what normally your brain wants to do. Buying when there's uncertainty everywhere and abundance of uncertainty is definitely a little scary. So, keeping that in mind, we're diving into some Bitcoin charts real fast as we do here, boys and gals. Let me go here and boom. Bitcoin currently sitting at, yeah, I like that. Bitcoin currently sitting at $58,220, 203, going down as we speak right now, live on stream. There's definitely uncertainty happening right now. As a matter of fact, you can see even as of yesterday, Bitcoin got down and touched 56,500. So it's definitely playing all within this range in this region. And in reality, if we're kind of looking at it as it is right here, it looks like the next level of support wouldn't really be until $52,000. Yes, it could be slightly a little bit above that, around 53 if you really wanted to kind of call it there. But I'm going to say it's around 52.5 at this point in time for us to really start seeing that next level of support. Now, should you worry at this point in time? I say no, right? At this point in time, this is very healthy for Bitcoin. It's only done a 23% dip so far at this point in time in the last 48 days. Mind you, this is actually one of those fun things to kind of pull up and remind people about every now and again because it can get lost in the sauce sometimes when you actually see some of this. So let's just kind of pull this up real quick. There's been multiple times where Bitcoin has already dropped 20 plus percent. I believe we've actually had roughly around 4 to 5 dips already going into this bull cycle where Bitcoin has already done its 20% dips. This is very normal and natural for Bitcoin to do as well. So keeping that in mind, let me just see if I can. I don't know if this is another 20%. I don't think it quite got to 20 there. Let me see if there's any others that ended up. Whoops. Let me see if there's any others that ended up doing that. Um, 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Again, this is August of 23. Okay, cool. Yeah, because we go back to November. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. I was like, I thought this was November already on the charts at this point in time, which it is not. So that is very good there. So we got 21% right there. We have another percentage dip as well. So it's tough because this is happening with people's recency bias where we've already seen it do these dips multiple times, but unfortunately, because it just happened recently, people kind of forget that 20% dips in Bitcoin are kind of in the game at this point in time. This is right before the whole bull market really started kicking off, that final hoorah, if you will, that kind of sent the dip kind of going at that point in time. So it's a 27% dip. But even then, up until this point in time, we have yet to actually see a 30% dip, which in most previous Bitcoin cycles, it does see a 30% correction at some point in time during its run to make its new all-time highs, as it's done so many times in the past. But what's happening recently is people are just absolutely losing their mind. And it's kind of crazy how it is. Again, we've already seen these dips happen multiple times, as you can see. As a matter of fact, let's give a quick little count. Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, 5 dips already at the 20% level. This is going to be the either fifth or sixth dip, depending upon how you count it at that point in time. of this cycle so far. So that is well within reason, but predictions were wrong. You had a lot of people saying we would never see below 60,000 again. You had so many other people saying we would never see a 30% dip. Heck, you had so many people already start calling for the $100,000 price point for Bitcoin. Unfortunately, that has not come to fruition. And as we've stated on this channel so many times, definitely looking at the Impulse MACD, you can see when it started getting bearish as well. This is definitely one of those indicators that you can use for yourself. But at this point in time, you can see on the 18th of March, really that was the time if you were to go about trying to take some profits, to go about taking some profits at that point, right? That is how that whole thing would end up playing out. And if you did, again, you would actually have saved yourself some of this hassle of sitting through a 15% dip. Now, again, this is for the short term thinkers, for people who can't see past longer than a few days, weeks, or months, which in all reality, guys, there's more than enough time to be had in all of this to be making it happen too. Let me actually switch something up here. Give me 1 second, y'all. And share. There we go. All right, cool. All right, that looks a little bit better there for me. So at this point in time, it's actually showing Bitcoin at again 56,000 or 58,000 $50 going down as we speak right now. Now, so far, it's really only had kind of a few days in a row of red. So, like we've seen three right here before Green Day. You've seen again, it doesn't mean it can't go lower, but it's really only hitting about 3 days in a row before it really starts hitting red or before it sees a green candle. At this point in time, we are hitting the third day mark. The day is just ticked over roughly about 28 minutes ago as of the UTC time. But something that I am going to be paying attention to, and we'll be keeping everyone in the loop as well about this entire situation, is going to be when the MACD actually ends up crossing back the other direction. Again, this is the Impulse MACD, so we want to see this blue line start crossing above this orange line. Okay, that is usually when things are going to be flipping the bullish direction at this point. So, yes, that does mean there's potentially more pain to be had. And if it does, in fact, get to this level at this point in time, that would be very reasonable. It's roughly around a 29% dip, and this would be well within reason for what Bitcoin has done in the past. So, again, is this a time to freak out? It is not a time to freak out, not at this point in time, boys and gals. And again, I share this information with everyone, so hopefully you can come make your own decisions and make your own investment thesis. If you are looking to purchase, though, you are already ahead of the pack right from the jump. Again, whenever you start getting out of these zones that it's kind of formed right here, and you can actually start buying within a better region for price, that is a great opportunity to potentially start dollar cost averaging your way in. Now, again, why do I say dollar cost average? Because there could still be a potential 10% drawback if this wants to continue to go down. It is anticipated that May is a month where there's more pain to be had. As a matter of fact, let's just go take a look at the month of May real quick. Oh, the puppy's dreaming. Let's just go take a quick little gander at the months of May real fast. Here we go. Let's just kind of zoom on in a little bit closer. Get a little bit closer. Here we go. Here we go. So we got a May month right here, a red month on this one that again went down roughly around 13%. So nothing too crazy on that particular dip there. Going back to the previous year, we got another May month right here, another red month as well. So again, that was a 36% dip if I got the math correct. Yes, it sure does. A 36% dip for that particular time. So May has been one of those points where it tends to kind of show that we are wanting to end up going red. Again, another May month right here where it actually dipped 49%. And again, this was kind of getting toward the tippy top of the bull market last cycle. But you can kind of see May has been one of those months where usually, if it is going to be a green month, it may only be a small green month as well before it actually ends up being a another red month. So keeping all this in mind, definitely things to be paying attention to, folks. Again, what May has shown us in the past is we are most likely going to be red for another month. Now, what does this mean if you're trying to prepare? It means that altcoins are going to be affected. It means that meme coins are going to be probably affected even more. It means that the Ethereum price, which has followed very closely with Bitcoin, is also going to be tracking that same direction as well, which so far it has. Again, if I pull this up on the daily and actually overlay, let me kind of see if we can get rid of some of the drawings real quick. See if we can overlay Bitcoin on top and just kind of take a little gander at what Bitcoin has done. So you can see Bitcoin and Ethereum tend to move pretty damn close with each other. Again, as Bitcoin pumps, you see the Ethereum price pumping. As Ethereum or as Bitcoin drops, Ethereum also drops. And this has been pretty freaking correlated. As a matter of fact, I want to say it's roughly around a 95% correlation right now, which is really, really correlated, by the way. That basically means that every single move Bitcoin makes, Ethereum will also be following that same move as well. Now, we are still playing within this channel right here, so it is showing a couple of different directions right now. You can see it actually flipped a little bit bearish on the Impulse MACD on the 16th of March, kind of giving you slightly an early warning on that one to see what direction would end up going on it. But again, we are playing within this flag right here, essentially. And ideally, it could pretty much play exactly like you see here, where it's going to play here. It's probably going to go up 34, come back down 27. And we can expect sometimes with Ethereum 50% corrections on the price, which we haven't actually got a 50% correction right here for this cycle. So far, the biggest correction, I believe, has been roughly around 34%. So right now, we're sitting at 31% as a correction. And if we do end up going down even into a 40% correction, it's roughly around $2,400 for Ethereum, and this is to make sure that you are properly prepared, boys and gals. And if it does want to dip down into the 50% range, it could only be there for a very short period of time. So this is the time to make sure that you have the capital ready to deploy when the prices show up. You don't want to be making big purchases right here during this time. Usually I wouldn't, at least at this point, while the market is going toward a down trajectory right now. And it doesn't look like, based on the information that I see right now, that we are flipping anytime soon. So if you're wanting to hold some cash, levels to be paying attention to, we are basically falling into this next support line right here, which is the 2800. We bounced off it so far, and the next level you would want to be paying attention to would in fact be roughly in this zone, in this region, in this range for 2600, and even going down a little bit lower into the 2400. These are kind of the zones that I would want to be paying attention to. This is a couple of different reasons. One, you see this is the 0.382 retracement level, so that is one of the main areas to watch. This is something that I have been sharing with everyone, as well as, sometimes being the indicator or the person, the bearer of bad news in some cases. People don't want to be hearing these things, right? They want to hear we're going to the moon, we're hitting new all-time highs. And obviously, I want to be there with you as well. I would love, in fact, to do that. Real quick, though, let me take a quick second and a quick pause. I want to take a minute and thank all of our Patreon members over on patreon.com. Also want to thank all the badge members for YouTube memberships and all of the subscribers. This would all not be possible without your support. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the support as well, to every single one who is a Patreon member, who is a YouTube membership member, and also a subscriber of the channel. Heck, anyone who comes in here, watches the lives, participates in the comments, leaves a like on the channel, drops a comment down below, part of the replay gang, you are all the way to get it done. Let me see right here. ATX is either freshly showered or he's using a new face lotion. Changed my mind. Yeah, no, I had a little pimple right here, man. I don't know if you can see. It's tough to see. Anyways, trying something else, but you know how it goes sometimes. What up with the A fam? How you doing, my friend? We got ATX, yes sir. Prospector, GM, Jason Smith, what's up? What's up? Marcus, what up, y'all? Prospector, a new month to DCA facts. Ways at 5. Wow. Let's just take a little peeky weeky over there real fast. Way being at 5 is pretty damn crazy. Wow. 5 way. Well, shit, guys. If y'all got something you want to do over on the market right now for Ethereum, whether it be bridging stuff over, in or out, or whatever the case may be, swaps or anything that you want to do, sends or anything like that, now is the time to do it. Damn, that is freaking cheap, dude. To end a stake right now, I bet you it would be super freaking cheap. I checked it out when it was 7 Gwei, and this is a 3-year stake, and it actually only cost $38. So keep that in mind. Um, just a heads up to anyone who's kind of wondering, staking on Ethereum. Yes, while the prices when it gets stupid crazy with Gwei is absolutely absurd, when the prices are at 5 Gwei, that's pretty damn freaking good. So yeah, I actually just got done sending another stake out, 55.55 the other day. So see y'all in 15 years, I guess. I don't know. I let some people on my Twitter, my contribution to shake out the weekends, lol. Jazztown, uh-oh, trouble not? Yeah, exactly. What's up, Jazztown? How you doing, my brother? Prospector saying what's up to everyone. Tam Tam, what's up, fam? Tam Tam, you is everywhere. She sure is. I'm trying to keep up, Alan. Yo, A-Fam be everywhere, though, for sure. You're crushing it. Yo, we got some crushes going on right here. You're going to be a matchmaker channel right here for Tam Tam and A-Fam. Funkmaster Hex, let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. And well done. Appreciate that. Let me just kind of drop this down a smidge. There we go. There we go. Hold on. Slightly higher. All right. Perfect. All right. Cool. So with Gwei sitting at 7, Gwei, that is freaking awesome. By the way, that's pretty damn good. And many more people got liquidated, as you already know, with the prices dipping down to $56,000. So another 355 million people have been liquidated. Shit, 355.7 now. It just keeps on going up. These are people going long, going short, then just absolutely getting wrecked by the market right now. Heck, in the last 24 hours, you can see Bitcoin's the number one contender as to what's going on. Solana being the number 4. Pretty interesting there. Because again, Solana is one of those tokens that probably are going to be hit a lot harder than the other ones. Because I mean, heck, that thing did a 20x if I'm not mistaken, in the last few, last few months. I want to say they ended up going. Let's just type in. Hold up. Let me just see here. Does it give me an all time? This one doesn't necessarily show all time, does it? All right. Well, anyways, we can probably just pull up this one. I'm pretty sure it's probably good enough to see what we're trying to at least gauge real quick. The monthly, real fast. We can get rid of the Bitcoin halving. No need to see that at this point in time. And yeah, so Solana actually pretty much crushed it over the last few months. I mean, heck, since December went up 25x right there. It's probably going to actually get a pretty big pullback if you were to ask me what's going to end up happening. And so, just taking a quick little gander to anyone who is over maybe on the Solana chain, it looks like prices would end up coming back down to the $68 zone as well. So, just a heads up if you are looking to possibly either get yourself some or do anything there, that's the ranges I would pretty much be seeing, which again would require roughly another 40 to 50% dip. This would absolutely shock so many people. It's shaking out so many weak hands. So many people buy when the candles are green. It just happens. It's a FOMO effect, the fear of missing out. And they end up buying tops whenever things are making new local tops or new local tops and new local tops. You're eventually going to get caught holding the bag, and eventually you're going to either have to hold that bag or wash yourself out. One of the best things you can do is just simply hold, if not DCA, and lower your overall cost basis average as well. But again, just looking at the overall chart from a simple side of things, I would say first you're going to be hitting the $92 region range right here. We're testing the 786 retracement right here. If it does end up breaking out of that retracement, it most likely will come down, test out 702. And if it does break below that, because again, tied with Bitcoin or even on the other side, the US dollar gains strength, which we're seeing the US dollar actually gaining a little bit of strength. We have this sitting at $68 right there. So DXY sitting at 105. You can see over the last few months, the dollar has actually been gaining power at this point in time. Really would love to see this sucker drop on back down below 100. That would be ideal for crypto. But again, that's just something we have to see on the Impulse MACD. Kind of a little scary if you're actually looking at this, because this is kind of indicating that it's gaining strength at this point in time. And usually if the blue line is going up and the orange line is being crossed, it usually tends to lead to more bullish direction for that particular item. Again, looking at the daily, even right here, it's slowly starting tick down. So that's actually not a bad thing there. It's good to pay attention to both angles, but you can see it has been kind of going around. Anyways, Anyways, let me just kind of go back to the chat real quick. Say hello to some beautiful people. Check out some PulseChain chart as well. We got Pimp Barbecue Sauce. Love the name. It says, "What's popping in the population? Oh, just more babies being made every day, but boy. And if not, just practicing on making more babies. You know how We got Christopher saying, "What do you think about Flex, and what strategy would you do if you were to use it?" So I haven't actually given it um all the time to actually look into it. In all reality, I haven't messed with anything on the Power City protocol team at all, and so just keeping that in mind. Um, like even the Earn protocol, I just tend to avoid that kind of stuff. And let me just see real quick because someone had asked something similar as well. And let me just kind of see if I can pull up what it is. I don't really have too much thoughts on it at this point in time, but let me just see what we can get this over here. Again, this is from the Power City team, and essentially, ideally, from what I hear, it's a way of accessing liquidity without selling, just as if you were doing the Earn protocol or the Loan protocol with liquid loans in the vault. So right here, this is from Power City again. Actually, I don't even follow them, but this is a Flex protocol live on PulseChain. Hex lending protocol is here, looking to access liquidity without selling, earn yield, or take a loan. Flex Hex utility case built by the Hex community for the Hex community, and this is the contract addresses. The following liquidity pools are incentivized for 369 days of emissions of Flex tokens, which are stakeable for fees in both Hex and XDC. These are the LP tokens right here, and this is the actual website, flex.powercity.io. Taking a quick little peek over here. Looks like 0% interest on Hex lending protocol. I mean, do I have any idea of it yet? No, right? I just don't have that like made up at this point in time, so I can't really get too crazy with it for what I would do, like plays or anything like that wise. Just see if we can read stuff here. Flex protocol is live on PulseChain. Flex is a decentralized borrowing protocol that allows you to draw interest-free loans against Hex used as collateral. Loans are paid out in XDC, a USD pegged stablecoin, and need to maintain a minimum collateral ratio of 110%. So it's just like Earn. It's just like the liquid loans protocol. Keep in mind, make sure you are well above freaking collateralization. Don't even play it close to the 110. You're gonna mess with this, be well inside of the 4, 5, if not 6, 7, 800% collateralization. I get you can borrow some more money and you think prices can't go lower, but it's freaking crypto and things will do crazier things. Hell, I never thought we'd see Hex below a penny. Here we are. All right. So this is in addition to the collateral, the loans are secured by a stability pool containing Hex DC and by others borrowing collectively against as guarantors of last resort. Flex is a protocol of non-custodial immutable governance free. If you still have questions after browsing, of course, join the Telegram. Yeah, I mean it's one of those. So like this whole Power City protocol in the first place, like let me just kind of I don't think you can connect. Um yeah, I think you have to connect to the protocol here. So let me get myself logged in on a dummy wallet real quick. And again, if y'all are messing around with any of this, first of all, I would 100% say do it with a freaking dummy wallet. Do not connect any of your stuff over. There is zero reason to do so. As a matter of fact, you can make it very simple for yourself. Make a brand new wallet if you're going to do something like this. Brand new, never used before, never created before. Once that brand new wallet has been made, you just send over the assets to the brand new wallet. Yes, it is some additional steps, but my freaking gosh, y'all, it is so worth it to do it. There is zero reason why you need to be taking this risk against yourself. Okay. So keep that in mind. Let me actually refresh because it's pulling up a different wallet of mine real quick. So let me just see. There we go. Using MetaMask. But yeah, you would 100% want to make sure. And here's man, again, this is like a little flaw that I have. This dollar just doesn't seem to maintain this dollar peg. It's sitting at 98 cents right now, and again, as a stable coin, really should be a freaking dollar in all reality. It should at least be fluctuating at 99 to $1 and one. But like you start playing in this 98 region, And I've seen it go crazier where it actually ends up dipping below the 98, whether it just be the people or, let me just see if we can copy this contract address. Copied, cool. And go over to Dex Screener and paste the address in. Yeah, I mean, I just don't like that. If it's supposed to be a stable coin, make it a freaking stable coin. But like, yeah, I mean, this does. I don't like these moments where it's like 80 cents, 96 cents. And again, it's a new protocol. They're still working out, whatever. I don't like that kind of stuff though, personally. So I'm not gonna be messing with it myself. I'll just be staking my hex, but it is available to everyone who is out there. Again, if you actually are in this, you just keep in mind these vaults right here. Look at this, the lowest collateral ratio right now is 400%. So even though you are well above the 110 collateral ratio, keep in mind that when you start playing with this kind of stuff, what you start doing is becoming susceptible to people redeeming. And I don't know if they're going to have a redemption functionality when it comes to the Flex protocol, if it's similar to how you can do with the Earn protocol or even liquid loans, how you can redeem the PXDC or USDL for $1. Essentially, what they do is they actually end up taking it out of these vaults over here. So even though this person is pretty damn good on the collateral, if you will, as it were, they are still going to get redeemed against. And that kind of sucks, man. So it's like, I don't know. It's part of the way the system works. And it pays off portion of your debt. But I mean, the fact that this is the lowest collateral ratio, man. Shit, that's pretty damn low if you ask me. I don't even think liquid loans is that low, but let me just see. Liquid loans. I haven't pulled up their I haven't pulled up liquid loans in a hot minute, so let's just take a little peeky weeky over there too. Why not? Right? Launch mainnet, see what we got going on, see what we can find out, and see if they say something similar. So again, mind you, this is a dummy wallet, guys. Dummy wallet, dummy wallet. This is not just should not be used to actually borrow anything in terms of where you're at right here. Yeah, see the lowest liquidation or redemption ratio is 200 over here. So I don't know if people are just redeeming the crap out of their PXDC, and I don't know. I don't get why this is the lowest ratio right here. Sucks to that particular individual, especially if you don't know this kind of stuff, right? Like they borrowed $300,000 and whatever they did with it, congrats, right? But like it would stink if they come back and $300,000 gets redeemed against, and now they don't have any PLSX anymore because it got redeemed against. That's the way the whole system works. It's redeemable for $1 of that particular asset. So this is where arbitrage comes into play. If it's at 97 cents, yes, it's only a 2% difference, but if you have $300,000, for example, I mean, heck, what is that over on the overall amount at 2%? $6,000. So you can, if you had 300,000, you can be like, I want to go make $6,000 right now. You could do so. That is part of this whole arbitrage opportunity. That's the way that the system is designed to try to keep it maintaining the peg of $1. It just doesn't seem to want to peg to $1. So, anyways, long story short, this is not something that I will be personally messing with myself, but that is some information. That is some information when it comes to how that whole system works for whether it be earn, whether it be liquid loans, whether it be the Flex protocol. And again, I haven't delved into the Hex system or the Hex Flex system. But dude, I just like staking my hex, man. I don't even like doing the HSIs. You know what I mean? Like, and again, that's a better way of getting it where you can go get better deals using HSIs and having all that information. So, keeping all that in mind, if they have a similar redeem protocol or redemption protocol, if they're going to have a similar stable coin, the Hex DC, um, it's probably going to be something similar where if your vault is at even at well above 110%, you could still get redeemed against. So keep that in mind. I don't know if they have a lock period like they did with the Earn. I believe it was 14 days, if I'm not mistaken, after Earn was launched for them to actually release the redemption mechanism. But, don't quote me on that. Let me see if I can just lower this down just a smidge. And I got to adjust the camera angle. Y'all. All right, cool. Cool. So hopefully that makes some sense overall as to kind of what I see, how I see it playing out, what I see going on for those particular tokens and everything as well. And heck, guys, it is Wednesday, my dudes. Let's hit it.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes and dudettes. I hope everyone, as always, is having a fantastic day, boys and gals. It's a wonderful time, and this is something to definitely be taken advantage of. This is why you do not want to quit too early, guys. Keep making that steady income, continue making that cash, have some form of money coming in so you can not only buy these dips when they arise, but also take advantage of buying prices even lower. Because whenever the prices do start going up, all that matters is how many tokens you got at the end of the day. Simple as that. Christopher, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, AFAM saying I don't touch that stuff. Yeah, and again, it's not for me personally. Um, but to each their own, man. Again, that's just one of those things that there is a protocol out there. It hasn't really fucked anyone at this point in time that I can tell, besides the redemption aspect of it, where people just don't understand that mechanism of it. Because even though your collateral ratio is at 400%, you are still at risk, my boys. So basically, the easy way of saying that is make sure you are far away from page one, two, three, or four, and just continue going as far as you possibly can to get out of there at this point in time. Like right here on the vault situation for LL and liquid loans, there's 660 people or pages, should I say? Yeah, 660 participants using the vault mechanism inside of liquid loans. Now, what does this mean? It basically means you should be as far away from page two, three, four, or five, which at this point in time, by page five, we are now getting into the 400% collateral ratio. So you are at least, if anything should happen, crazy prices start going on, it just goes crazy. Instead of you having anything at risk, you can still be a little bit more safe. Whereas on the Earn protocol, again, there's 444 participants, but can I do more than 20? Why is this? This is if I wanted to liquidate all at once. How do I just choose more than 20? Anyways, basically be on like page 10 then. Okay, we'll keep it simple. Like you want to be somewhere over here. Damn, even then, like these ratios are so freaking low, man. People are playing with fire right now. 400% is just not even close to the range or ratio that I would want to be playing. If you are going to participate, be well above 500. Yes, if that means you are only taking out $500, who gives a crap? If you're messing with this protocol and you are one of the first people to end up getting liquidated or one of the first participants to be on the first page, again, guys, even though you're at 400% thinking you're safe, you're actually getting redeemed again. So as we stay here and probably stayed on this page, eventually you're going to see this PLSX go down and then it go down. Let's just take a little gander at this particular individual's wallet because you know what? Why not, right? Why not? Why not go check it out? Let's go see. Let's go see what they got going on. Here we go. Boom. Alrighty. And always good stuff. Is Flex only on Ethereum or is it also on PulseChain? That was just for PulseChain. The price that it had for the Hex price is actually the Hex price on PulseChain. So this looks like it would only be on PulseChain. Hopefully that live on PulseChain. There you go. See? It's only on PulseChain. It's not on Ethereum at all. So the Ethereum Hex that you have is still better off just staking on the Ethereum Hex side of things. This particular individual sitting on $1.2 million. Oh, yeah. I was like, I can't really see. $1.2 million. Again, let's just take a little gander because why the F not? They have roughly around $1 million in the Earn protocol and 250,000 in the 9-inch protocol. So they're still only sitting on about 1 million Pulse pretty much to do transactions with, it looks like. Same thing for ETH, just to do transactions with. And then most of their money is inside of the Earn protocol. So it looks like they've actually done a couple of these because we saw them have the $300,000 right here. I didn't realize you could actually do multiple wallets. It's not just like one vault like Liquid Loan. So there you go. I'm learning something there as well. Looks like they have roughly around 48 billion Pulse X locked up inside of the Earn protocol. And so far they've taken out okay, I got you. I'm tripping. That's all of the 48 billion Pulse X. Yeah, okay, cool. It is the same. I'm absolutely tripping. Let me just correct myself. So it's the same Pulse X locked up in here, and then they borrowed $300,000 against what was $1.2 million worth of assets as of the value. And then it looks like they're earning yield inside the BBC 9-inch protocol. Boom. So I mean, yeah, it's a PulseChain participant for sure. Let's just keep it simple. It looks like they don't really mess with any of the other chains at all. So it is one of the bigger whales. Ludo. Heck, I mean, shit, you want to out yourself? There you go. If y'all happen to know who that is, it's Ludo. I don't know who that is, but this is why you ideally shouldn't be naming your wallets unless you really want people to know it's you. But again, maybe y'all know who it is. I am not familiar with this particular individual. Anyways, let's go check out some prices going on PulseChain real quick. PulseChain sitting at 40638. Pulse X sitting at 40256. The Ink token $3.06. Hex over on PulseChain 20773. Hex over on Ethereum 2018. Again, ratio is sitting roughly around 1 to 4.3. Let's just see real quick. Yeah, AFAM. Yeah, dude, I love I love Wednesday, my dudes. I really do. I always look forward to Wednesday, my dudes. It's such a jam. Such a jam, man. Have so much fun on it. Let's just see what we got going on real quick with good old Christopher's question. It says, what is your opinion on the USA taxing you for unrealized gains and what happened to Bitcoin? Jesus. Uh this is not unusual for Bitcoin. It's done many dips if you go back to the beginning of the stream where I pulled up, and it's already done 5 dips, or I guess this would be the 5th dip so far this cycle of just 20%, not even 30%. I'm still waiting to see a 30% dip personally, and I do anticipate that we'll see a 30% dip prior to the actual bull cycle really kicking off. I've said this in the past that I don't think anything actually starts happening until roughly around June, July. We start kind of doing everything, and again, by nothing happening, I'm saying we may see a 2x, not with Bitcoin, but with like altcoins and stuff like that. We may see like a 2x and that kind of stuff. But overall, I really think we'll start seeing things kick off after June, if not even into July. My opinion is this is garbage, dude. To try to tax unrealized gains is the most dumb shit that I can ever possibly imagine, especially in crypto. It is way too freaking volatile to go and try to do something like that. And ideally, they're just talking about doing it for higher wealth individuals as well. Just give it a good push. Nice. So, and I got distracted over there. So yeah, what is my thought on that? I mean, that's pretty garbage, man. If you ask me, like that's pretty freaking stupid, guys. Like, let's just be real. To get taxed on unrealized capital gains. What? What? And especially in crypto, like, dude, imagine you got taxed when Bitcoin was 74,000 and you're sitting at a $10 million, $100 million portfolio or whatever it was. And then now it's at 58,000. And they're like, yo, you owe us money. And you're like, what the fuck? I haven't even sold yet though, man. They're like, yeah, but you know, at one point in time you had this amount of money. And so you owe us. What? Like I've always, dude, the idea of taxing crypto is already pretty dumb in my personal opinion, because they talk about taxing every transaction ever that you've ever fucking sneezed, right? It's like, oh, you swapped USDC for DAI, fucking tax, right? Like that's their mindset already. Even though it's stablecoin to stablecoin, you're like, yeah, it's a taxable event. You traded one for the other. Then you get other people who are saying you don't get taxed until it turns into fiat. Then you get other people saying anytime we do a swap, it's taxed. That's why some of the best things you can do is just at least hold the assets for a year at minimum. That way, at the bare minimum, you're paying at least long-term capital gains taxes, but neither here nor there, which is why ideally you shouldn't really be selling in the first place. But yeah, that doesn't make me a happy camper right there, Christopher, to answer that question. PulseX currently sitting at 4.02573 right now. And again, this is on the weekly, breaking it down on the daily right here. You can see we have had, in fact, touched this test a few times now. Usually when things try to retest things a couple of times, anytime it's called resistance, it's kind of resistance is meant to be broken to the upside and the downside. So if it continues to try to retest this resistance level, it's likely that we'll go down just a smidge lower. So I hope that everyone has some dry powder ready because prices are looking to be upwards of this zone. Whoops, let me just kind of see upwards of this range as well. So it'd come down to 40177. And I think that would, you talk about shaking out weak hands. I mean, how big of a dip is that from where we got to, right? 82% dip. Damn. That's brutal, man. That's a brutal dip. Not gonna say it's not possible because fucking crypto, right? Anything's possible. It does look like we are trying to bounce off this level. I did say that this was the local bottom at this point in time that we had hit back on the 12th of March. I didn't really see it getting much lower. People want to prove me wrong, right? And so we're going to see which way it wants to go. And I'm merely just looking at previous support levels. So you can see we got plenty of support, or basically where we're testing at right here. Lots of support around this 4025 range. And we're kind of retesting that right now, as a matter of fact. And then next level would be 4024, which we've already bounced off a couple of times. And yes, you could, in fact, have a couple in here where it's 4019, but I'm looking at maybe where the main area of support resistance got met, 4017. So damn. Get ready, guys. Strap in, boys and girls, because you thought it was crazy before sitting through this. Woo-wee. Get ready. But again, this is one of those opportunities that all that matters at the end of the day. So when we're looking all the way out here and you're like way far into the future, I don't care what the price is. I don't know what's happened. I don't know where it goes down here. But all that matters is when we're up here on the bull market, how many tokens are you holding? That's it. That's all. That's the only thing that matters is how many tokens are you holding. If you're holding lots of tokens, congratulations, you're winning. If you're not holding that many tokens because you sold them all down here because you got scared of what was going on and you couldn't handle the volatility of it possibly going even lower, and then you sold them all, and then we end up out here, that's when you have those massive regret moments where you say, dude, I had at one point in time 400 million pulse X, and now it hit all the way here at 2 cents. What the fuck, man? What am I doing? And you're just like so mad at yourself because then again, this is where things could look. You're like, man, I had 400 million pulse X. It hit 2 pennies. I could have had $8 million, but I sold it all down here. Congrats, man. You played yourself. And all that matters is, again, how many tokens you have. I don't care if it hits here. I don't care if it hits here. I don't really care what number it hits. All that matters is how many tokens do you have when it's at these prices. How do you get more tokens? You buy the dip, right? You buy when there's blood in the streets. You buy whenever it's reaching local bottoms at this point in time. That is possibly when you take advantage of it. When do you not buy? When things are making new freaking rallies and new all-time highs or new local highs. Like people were absolutely freaking out, but people love buying the green candles, man. It's part of how it goes in crypto. Okay. Looking at PulseChain real quick. Yeah, what's up? T-Time in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up, my boy? Looking at PulseChain real quick, sitting at 406274. Taking a quick little peeky weeky over here as well. You can see that we are basically playing all within this range in this zone in this region for what's going on. And again, you can see we've bounced off this level of support now 2 times. We're going to see if it really wants to maintain this level, which is 4061. And if it does break down, next level 4059, next level will be 4055. Those are the areas that I'm paying attention to. If you have a DCA plan, it would be right here, it would be right here, and it would be right here. Beautiful DCA levels. Again, at the end of the day, you got to make that decision for yourself to see if it's something that you feel comfortable with, because just like with PulseX, all that matters, boys and girls, is how many coins you have when the prices are up here. That's it. All that matters is how many tokens you have. That's it. I know it's easy to say, hard to get through. So I hope everyone can make it. Not everyone is. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Hex over on PulseChain, it looks like people are getting excited about Hex Flex. As a matter of fact, it actually has done a 15% pump in the last 24 hours. We bounced into the 20-day moving average channel. At this point in time, ideally, we'd want to bounce out of it and then continue going onwards and upwards. Levels of paying attention to that it's met on resistance. The 1 penny level will be a massive level of psychological resistance. We've seen this so many times. Anything in numbers of 10, intervals of 10 is going to be psychological thresholds. 1 penny, 10 cents, $1, right? Those are psychological thresholds. $10, $100, so on and so forth. Y'all get the idea. We are still at this point in time making higher highs and higher lows. So ideally, we'd love to continue this little trend that we got going on right here. The trend is your friend until it's not, right? So at this point in time, it is wanting to continue making a little bit of a higher high, higher low situation. If you look at that, it could play out very similar. We have to really see if the rest of the market is going down. Things are tied together through liquidity bonding pretty strongly. So I'd love to see how it plays out. Maybe Hex lifts it's the rising tide that lifts all the other ones, right? And that's the one that causes things to get going. Again, the Ink token got a couple of times dropping below $2.84 at this point in time. It would be $2.75 as the next level. I would say would be support, and we just have to wait and see what actually ends up taking place over there. Again, buying opportunities. Even just getting back up to the $10 region, a beautiful 3x gain right away. So that's kind of how I see it right there. Without even trying to farm any ink, you can buy it on the open market right now and get quite a bit and capitalize on the prices that are appearing in front of you at this point in time. What else we got? Boys and gals? Anyways, one last little thing. I'm going to hit you with the Wednesday, my dudes. We're going to be signing
Wednesday, my dudes.
I want to take a minute and thank all of our Patreon members over on patreon.com. Also want to thank all the badge members for YouTube memberships and all of the subscribers. This would all not be possible without your support. Thank you so much. All right, if you made it this far into the video, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in tomorrow's stream. Enjoy. Peace.
I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough